Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Hey, guess what? Today's Tuesday. Tuesday I've been doing something I think is fun and you're here, so maybe you think it's fun too. I've been doing like a Time Warp Tuesday series where I've been looking through some of my older knitting books, crochet books, magazines, publications that I've collected over the years, kind of reminiscing, showing you what they are, and letting you know if they're still available. Well, I was getting ready to do that this week, and I got highly marketed, right? Okay, we know how that is. Don't go on Facebook. It's just a marketing thing. Well, since I don't actually invite my friends and my family to my Facebook account, that's really all it is. Crocheting, yarn, knitting, fun stuff, right? No drama, just yarn, crocheting, fun. So Amazon has been marketing. We know Amazon, Google, all of it's listening to you anyway. But what I was getting marketed with is the Kindle Unlimited. I am not a commercial. I am not affiliated. That's not why I'm bringing it up. Not at all. Well, I've had it in the past and I used it and I read a bunch of books and everything. And, I canceled my subscription. I forget how long I had it. And I haven't had it for a while. So I didn't have an active subscription. So I was getting those scrolling through from Black Friday time period on. I had the, get 2 months free. And then after that, because obviously you have to be a Prime member already. Then after that, they're going to bill you $11.99 a month. Okay, that kind of seems steep unless you're actually reading a lot of books, right? And in that case, you already know about it and you're good. So, I resisted for a while, and then I was getting, different ads where you could get it half off. I'm like, well, I kind of like the 2 months free, right? So that one scrolled by again, and I jumped on it. And then I immediately set a phone alarm. I calculated out where the 2 months is, and about 5 days prior, I set my phone alarm to remind me that if I want to cancel it then so I don't get charged, and if not, let it go. That's my choice. And of course, right after that, I got the 3 months for 99 cents. Like, doggone it, I would have gone for the 99 cents for 3 months, but whatever. So one of the reasons I did that is not necessarily for the books. Now, I did read a bunch of books last time I was on for Amazon Prime, and it was fun. It was definitely a time diversion, but I spent a lot of time looking for books that I really enjoyed, or whatever. You know how that goes, right? We all have different tastes. So preparing for these types of things, I was noticing there were some books that we were looking at that you could get for Kindle Unlimited. Okay, well, I'm going for that subscription. I'm going to do that. And one of them I wanted to bring up specifically, well, actually, there's quite a few I wanted to bring up specifically. This is the Knitwear Design Workshop. And I talked about that one previously, that you could get it on the Knit Unlimited. You could just read it. And I thought that it was like the design workshops from some of the other ones that I had by that particular designer. Oh my gosh, I got this and started flipping through it. Oh, it is amazing. So what they do is they've got in here, it's like, hey, look, this is the, inspiration. Well, that's the inspiration that they're using. Here's all my inspiration and let's do a design workshop. That's what this whole premise is on. But it's got so many full patterns with very intricate stitch patterns on it. Those right there that you just saw, those couple of them, that's what it has all the way throughout. You have some of them that will show you this was in Vogue Knitting in 2004. This was in here. This was in here. That was the inspiration. And then they'll have another pattern, actually have the pattern in this that you can get if you've got Kindle Unlimited. There you go. Look it up. And, just like in all of your other libraries, if you're looking at something, screenshot those instructions so you can go back to it if that's something that's really interesting to you, that type of a situation. I was impressed. Okay, so let me see if I can pop up a couple of those patterns because, you know how that goes. Duet project instructions. You have the dress. You have dresses in here. You have gorgeous ponchos. You can see that stitch pattern and everything on there. Very intricate lace, very, very pretty. You've got hand-done dresses. There are so many beautiful, unique designs in here. And, you know, I'm not really too good with my Kindle. Sorry about that. It's just how that works. Where's my pretty pictures? That's what I was trying to find. The pictures are in the inspiration photos on the front. I'm just trying to look at some of the other ones. Anyway, there are gorgeous things in this one, but that's not it. Well, that is it, but that's not all of it. My iPad's really, really old. We won't discuss that. So one of the things too, if you look at this, so you can tell I've been looking at quite a bit. Do you see all of those suggestions? Do you recognize any of those titles? And you're like, oh my gosh, that's one of them that I wanted way back when. If you go ahead, if you have Prime and you're getting those marketing ads, and you click on it and you're like, okay, I'll take you up on your 2 months for free. Set your phone alarm, set your whatever, so you don't get billed if you choose not to. But look at all of these that you can flip through in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to worry about anyone else, you know, coming around. Look, I got gardening books and everything, but look at these. Those are some of them that oh, magazines too. Look at that. So you can get some magazines, some books. I got some stuff on gardening. I have this illusion that I'm going to make a garden. I should make a garden. Yeah. I should make a garden. All right. So I was thrilled. Thrilled is an understatement with some of these things. Look at this one. Look at that. That is a stunning, gorgeous book. Look at the yoke on that. And you can go ahead and borrow that on your Kindle library for free. Flip through it. See if it's something that you'd like to purchase. There you go. You know, if it's something that you'd like, you know, if once you decide you no longer want to have Kindle Unlimited. Oh, if you're not familiar, when you have Kindle Unlimited, I forget how many books they'll let you borrow at a time. And then, you know, if you go, it's like, oh, I want this one, I want this one. And it'll say, well, click one of them to go ahead and send back. You know, just like a regular library. And it's not a big deal. But when you cancel your subscription, you no longer have access to any of the books that you borrowed. So just know that. So take a note of all the things that you may or may not be interested in that you might want to buy. Or if there's just the one pattern in there or one instructions or what have you, you know what I'm getting at. Yeah, so I thought that was just quite a resource that I didn't realize. I know going to your regular library, they've got different books, you know, that type of a situation. And a lot of the libraries, some people were commenting, and it is true, they have digital just like this. They'll have digital lending libraries. So you can go ahead and get on wherever your library is, your library card and everything, and you can borrow digital copies and do the same thing and determine, is that something that you want to physically own? Or did you get the information that you wanted just by looking at it? Did you make the pattern that you wanted to, or decide maybe you don't want to? I personally, when I look at books, I like a lot of them. I'll read a pattern book like a good novel. We're all different. That's my quirky thing. You know, I'll buy patterns that are, to me, I find very unique, or I like the construction, or I want to see how that's made. And I'll read it like a chapter book. I'll read it like a novel. And sometimes having no intention of ever making the design, I just want to see how it's constructed. I want to see what's going on with that. And I used to feel pretty guilty about that. Like, well, why am I buying this book and I'm never doing anything with it? And I had a friend of mine explain it to me. He said, what's difference is that you're doing than if you actually buy a novel or a book by a recognized author? What do you do with that? You read it. And, well, I read it. Cool. Well, did you make something from it? No. Did you do anything with it? Did you make an airplane? Did you did you create something? No. Well, what did you do with it? I read the book. What are you doing with the pattern? I read the pattern. Well, did you create something? Not necessarily. Why is that any worse? It's not. So it was such a beautiful, for me, paradigm shift, you know, because I really do like to look at the pattern. So this, I have not gone through everything. I just got the Kindle Unlimited. It took a bit. Oh, the magazines. Oh my gosh. So they've got Simply Crochet is one of the magazines. Look at that. So, okay, there you go. I popped up to the first page. But that one right there, as long as you have the Kindle Unlimited, they'll continue to drop the next month's subscription into your library. You know, so I don't have access to every single one of them, but I have access to this one, that's nice. And another one that I have access is The Knitter. That's another nice knitting magazine right there. So that's kind of nice. So there's actually some crafting, knitting, and crocheting magazines that I'm interested to flip through. I don't necessarily want to pay for a subscription. You know how that goes, right? All these things add up. But I thought that was really a lot of fun to see what's available to us. And all the different, look at all the amigurumi I've made this year. And then to see this. Now this one is really, really wonderful. I've made the robin octopus. Where'd it go? That's around here somewhere. Oh, I don't know. I made the robin octopus, and it is by this same author right there. That's her crochet book. I've got the knitting one, and you know that Claire Gelder, I've got the knit one, and I made the octopus, but you can get this one and read it for free, and I believe there's a crocheted octopus in there, right? So you've got all these different things, and I've got the compilation of the Zumagurumi. I think I might even have the monkey in mine, but you can get some of these books and just, you can see, it's like, hey, click on it, read for free, you can do it. Like, oh, this is why I don't always get a lot done. Because I get on a tangent like this. I'm like, what? I can flip through all of these and I can look through I can sit with one book for like an hour or so, just reading it, looking at the pictures, dreaming of the yarns and the colors and the textures and whatever I'm going to do. And I'm looking at this, showing it to you, and I didn't realize there were that many. I borrowed a couple of them, like 3 or 4. Well, maybe more than that. I did borrow a few of them, and you know, it's like, that sounds great, but oh my goodness, there are pages of books that you can borrow. And it was interesting too, because there was another like a stitch square, like a granny square book, and I looked through one of them and I thought, oh, that looks great. The cover picture was fantastic, and when I looked at it, I think there's like 100 squares, and there were only like 2 or 3 that I would actually be interested in. So I really liked that as a resource to be able to look at that. Or there were some that I was interested, but I'm like, yeah, your construction's not the best. And what I mean by that, as crafters, we have specific ways we like to do things. And, you know, you'll look at something and you're going, well, you know, the shortest distance between a point is a straight line, right? And the pattern's going like this, man. It's just like, what are you doing? Why did you do all that? Why are all those extra steps and all those extra ends to weave in and all that extra, right? I'm like, oh no, it might look pleasing, but you know, that juice is not worth the squeeze. There's just way too much in that pattern going on. And I thought that was great that I had that opportunity to figure that out before I invested in the resources. And yeah, we'll see in that 2-month time period if I end up keeping it, if I enjoy what I'm getting, and if I get enough out of it with all the reading that I do or I don't do, then I might keep my subscription. If not, I've had a blast looking at all the stuff and coming up with different things that I want to make and flipping through all the different pattern books. Why not? It's fun. So hopefully that might have helped you decide if you're interested in Kindle Unlimited subscription. Maybe it's not even something you thought of. I know I didn't think of it. And if it weren't for all the crafting books, I wouldn't have clicked yes. And I still have my alarm, so we'll see how that goes. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and let everyone go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.